Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Decided to provide some more information and education for people on items that I come across on a daily basis, talking to people about the proper information when it comes to uh, learning options and learning the ins and outs about estate settlement planning, wills, trusts, probate, things of that sort. One of the weirdest things to me is in this day and age of technology and the ease of accessing information that the majority of people still don't have the correct information. And one of the reasons is, in my opinion, is it's very hard to collect this information online, and you can collect it. What is a trust, what is probate, you can get any questions answered, but putting all the information together where it makes sense and provides confidence in understanding all the options to make it easy for your family when you pass, when it comes to settling your affairs, when it comes to protecting your assets and preventing the state, the courts, the attorneys from getting paid out of your assets. Avoiding probate. Probate is the process that was created to prove a will. Okay. So, in essence, what that means is that a will isn't even valid or accurate until it's proven and goes through the probate process. Now, the probate process can take anywhere from, on average, 6 months to 2 years. Okay, it can be longer. It just really depends on each individual case. So, in my opinion, my personal belief is that, and what I do on a daily basis is I try to help as many families and as many people on a daily basis learn more about wills, trusts, how to avoid probate, really the ins and outs. It's not that hard. It's just a matter of finding somebody to help you through it and understand all the information so you can decide what's best for your family. Probate designed to, like in Wisconsin, for example, all age statute 853 talks about all about probate and wills and all that kind of stuff. It literally says that all wills are subject to probate. Okay, so one of my biggest irritations with attorneys, with most attorneys, is the fact that somebody will come in, have an appointment to talk about a will, and they're happy to write a will anywhere from $300 to $800 for individual or per couple. Okay, but one very, very common practice that to me is unacceptable and is very, very misleading to people is the fact that if you take a look at the statute 853.13, I believe it is, the Wisconsin state statute clearly says that all wills are subject to probate. What does that mean? That means if you have a will, your surviving family is going to go through a lengthy public process. The state, the courts, and attorneys will get paid out of your hard-earned assets or estate, okay, in that process that people would normally want to avoid putting their surviving family through. So one of my biggest sticking points with attorneys is the fact that, they're happy to write wills, they're happy to do whatever the case people ask them for, but stop there. They're not going to come back to the table with the will and say, okay, now that I've written your will and you paid for it, do you realize that a will does the exact opposite that you intended or that you wanted? And people, if they did that, people would say, well, what do you mean? The attorney, if they did this, would say, well, a will guarantees probate. Okay, it's going to guarantee the cost, the hassle, the delay in distribution of assets. It's going to create challenges. There's all kinds of variables and risks that happen in probate, besides being charged by the state, the courts, and the attorneys out of your assets. Okay. Family discord happens a lot. People and families don't agree with the process and how long it's taking, and they begin to fight. It's like People change when there's money involved. It would surprise you, but it's a fact of life. So my goal every day is to try to help people learn and understand this stuff. Okay. I do this for a living, but first and foremost, I'm passionate to help people because I see what happens on a daily basis. Okay. I lead with education. If somebody wants me to help them create their estate plan and get everything and understand everything clearly and gain the peace of mind that they truly want, I am all about that. But first and foremost is education. So today I've run across at least 3 families that said they have a will in place. And I said, did your attorney share with you that that will is going to guarantee probate? And not one of them said, yes, the attorney shared that information with me. Okay. So 99% of the time, that's the case, guys. So it makes sense to take the time to learn more and understand more. Okay. People can simply Google, what is probate in Wisconsin? What does probate do? What does a title, or what does a will provide? Okay. A will is basically just a wish list and isn't even valid until the probate process is done. Okay. So at this day and age of technology and information, people are still in the same place they were years ago, where I was at one point thinking a will is exactly what people needed to have in place to protect their family, to make it easy on them when I pass, and to help protect the assets so nobody can get paid out of them and they can go right to my family. Okay. So probate guarantees, a will guarantees probate. Okay. Probate is good for certain reasons, to help notify creditors so they get paid off, things of that sort. But realistically, if you can avoid probate, it's going to be more cost efficient. It's going to be quicker and easier on the surviving family. Your wishes are going to be carried out better. And you can do that through creating and understanding a proper trust, okay? An estate settlement trust, all right? And there's a number of different trusts that you can do that cover each one of them covers different purposes, all right? So helping people understand what wills are and what they provide and what happens, understanding what probate is, okay, why it was created and what it does, and how to avoid it. And then what are trusts and what are your different options that you can protect and have the right plan in place for your family. Okay, there are cases where a will plus powers of attorney are all anybody needs, and that's typically when somebody doesn't really have any assets. The Wisconsin threshold or the benchmark that the statute says, if you have $50,000 in assets or more, you will be subject to probate. Okay, if somebody just doesn't address this and just avoids it completely and doesn't do a will or anything, that is even worse. It's called dying intestate. It's the most expensive way to die, and the government basically can just take everything if they want it. So avoiding probate, having an estate settlement plan in place, if you have assets of $50,000 or more and you want your wishes carried out and you want your assets distributed to your family or somebody specific or a specific organization, you need to take the time to understand the ins and outs. It's not hard, guys. And I offer myself up on a daily basis to do free coaching sessions for people. When we're done, they understand everything they need to know and what's best for their family and what they want. Okay, so take the time to learn this stuff. Hopefully you get a chance to see this and listen to this message in this video. Call me. I give my number to everybody, 262-573-6138. You can find my private group, Estate Settlement Planning -WI, and my business page is Estate Plans Wisconsin. Okay. Website is www.estateplanswi.com. Look forward to helping you guys out, coaching you through it, making sure that you have all the information that you need to make an educated decision as to what's the right plan for you, your wishes, your family, and distributing your assets upon death. Thanks, guys. Over and out.